Yeah.
What'd you make of that?
No, I think they did. Hey, these guys had our full attention. I think these guys are going to have a good season. I think they're primed to challenge Vermont. And as I told the players, this is like a team we see in the first round of the NCAA if we get seeded where we want to be seeded. So, you got to respect that. They got a bunch of guys back, and I think they had 22 wins or something like that last year, and added a couple nice transfers. So, we were able to kind of get out and make shots, and I thought we were way, way more energized and active and kind of just assertive on the defensive end, making plays instead of just sitting back, much more so than we did against Arizona State. So I thought that was a huge key.
Coach, you talked about Caliph, wanting to see him rebound. He did a pretty good job all across the board tonight. Just what you kind of making him tonight.
No, hey, look, I mean, when he gets going like that, he can be electric. He's certainly had moments during his career, especially last year at Arkansas, where he did that. And so, we know what he's capable when he gets on one of those roles like that. But he did a really nice job on three. Three's a good player, man, and somebody they look to Mincy. They score it, drive it, shoot it, back our guards down. I thought he did a nice job there and took that thing on, and then also it didn't affect his offense. So.
What do you think you guys did to create all the turnovers? 25 in the game, and I think 14 more in the first half.
We were just more proactive, man, instead of kind of just, I thought, especially against Arizona State, we were just a little bit reactive, letting them kind of do what they were going to do, and then we'd react to them. Tonight we were dictating their offense. So.
Switch with Michael Jai starting lineup on his rebounding. What would you make of him in the starting lineup today?
No, hey guys, I got a lot of guys who probably deserve to start. So I mean, we'll just shuffle them through and all that. So Mike's been great all year. I mean, whether he's coming off the bench, he energizes us. Whether it's in practice, I mean, that's who he is. He plays really, really hard. He plays with great force and great joy, and I think it's interesting. Him and Ben both can kind of do that, kind of get you going. So, no, he was good tonight.
What do you think about the guys kind of embracing any guys that might have new roles this year? Maybe rotations change or minutes change, and how they've embraced that so far?
Yeah, no, I think for the most part that everybody's they know in practice how even a lot of us are, so they understand it, and I think it's incumbent upon us, the staff, to keep putting these guys in the right spots and continue, especially KB and Mike, to kind of keep making sure they understand all the little nuances of what we're doing offensively and defensively and our terminology and all that.
Coach, obviously you guys are explosive from the get-go, but is there something you guys are doing in halftime maybe that even brings out these bigger plays and bigger moments even for the guys coming off the bench?
No, I don't think so. Look, I think, again, these guys, everybody's kind of understanding that we're going to have to share these minutes, so I think they're just trying to give it all they got when they do get in the game, and you got a team that likes to pass, so and then obviously we play with great pace, so when we do get stops and turnovers and things like that, they can get out there and make those kind of plays, and so I think it's all about that. I think it's about us being proactive. That's definitely when we're at our best. I think Baylor, we were like that. Obviously this game we were like that.
It's going to be a very different San Diego State team coming up, especially if they're missing their two guards. What have you seen from them so far this season?
Actually, they look the same to me. I mean, that's the beauty of their program. Just a bunch of tough, athletic dudes that kind of get you in a rock fight. The way they play defense, they're going to absolutely pound the glass. They're going to be in those gaps, raking us and making it hard. They're going to be really, really physical. They'll be big around the rim, so our bigs will really have to, be tough enough to get to their moves and get to their shots, and then they're just very opportunistic on the offensive end. Last year they did a good job. That Ledee really ISO'd us and hurt us, and this year I think, Bird's been shooting the ball good from three, and the Davis kids came off. He's been in their program. I think they have a lot of faith in him. So it'll be a tough game in a great environment. So be a good test.
Speaking of the environment, you get to play in a lot of really cool venues in the non-conference, but is there still a charm to going to another school's campus and playing in front of that?
I wouldn't describe it as charm. It can be, it's one of the tougher home courts in America. So, it's much like playing here or anywhere. And I know they have a lot of pride in it. And I know their students, their student section's very active, and it'll be really loud in there. So we'll have to communicate all our coverages on offense and defense. And obviously, with where we are and who we are and where we're ranked, it'll be a very big game for them as it is for us.
What have you seen from their transfer guards? Obviously, McKinney, you guys know pretty well
Yeah.
from USD, but also Boyd, who was at FAU, was part of their Final Four run.
Yeah, hey, they're good players, man. Everybody's adding to their rosters with good, experienced players, and that's how a lot of these teams, are being built. And so, combine that with just they got a nice culture of toughness and rebounding and defense oriented and not afraid to kind of grind it, comfortable playing in the 50s and 60s, and so we just need to be ready for all of that.
Last year's team maybe a little quieter, not as vocal as you probably wanted.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah,
This
definitely,
team,
definitely.
In that boat, they have some personality.
Yeah, I think there's some outgoing guys, and like I said, there's just some guys that that just play with just passion. You got Mike and you got KB, and then I think the older guys are starting to show. How important talking is, and it's starting to show, and how they play. So.
You guys announced Davis Fogel to the recruiting class
Yeah.
today. What did you like from him? And then also just being able to add a Washington kid to the class.
Yeah, no, he's a bigger guard. He can score the ball really, really well, but he's got a really good feel for the game. So he's kind of in that mode we've had maybe in the past. Those kind of bigger type guards that really know how to play, but also can really score the ball. So he's going to be a good player. We're excited to get him, and I think he's just going to get nothing but better. He's just scratching the surface. He transferred down now to a prep school, so obviously the competition's been better, and he's had a good summer, and he's off to a good start so far.
Thanks, Coach.
Kind of stay on task.
Nah, definitely easier. We got a good, mature group here, and we all know what we needs to be done before, a big game. So, this was just the showing of it.
Caleb, what did you think of the defense tonight? 25 forced turnovers, and then I think 14 were in the first half.
Yeah, I think it was good. That was a major emphasis after the Arizona State game. So we wanted to pick it up, kind of like how we did during the Baylor game. And we know what we're capable of, but, Coach going to hold us accountable, and we got the answer.
Caleb, really efficient night for you all across the board. 21 points, you had some assists, some rebounds. Just overall, what did you think of your game, and how are you kind of able to pick your spots out there tonight?
I just, play within the offense. I'm nothing without these guys, my brothers. So I give them all the credit, for finding me and for, talking to me on defense so I can be in the right spots and, rebounding and, telling me where to go on all the plays and all that. So, I can't take no credit for that. This is all my brothers. So, I give them all the credit.
What is the transition been like coming into this team and kind of learning all that new jargon?
Honestly, it feels good because, I never really had a coach from the jump that just, put – as soon as I stepped on campus, he put in his entire faith into me just to be myself. The whole coaching staff, these guys, they just told me that, even when I was being recruited there, they just told me they need me just to be me. And, it's been like a family atmosphere since I stepped on campus, not only from the, from my brothers, but the coaching staff and the fans here, and everybody in the community. So it feels good to be a part of this. I'm just happy to be a Zag.
You guarded Mincy tonight, kind of their main guy. Did you get those kind of assignments before, or do you like guarding guarding the best guy on the other team?
Yeah, I guard.
What's that?
I guard. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Plus, I'm from Jersey. I don't like nobody ever feeling like they can get off on me. You know what I'm saying? So I take that a little personal. But he's a good player. You know, shout out to their team. You know, they came in and fought. But I'm happy with our team win.
Nolan, it seems that you guys are just having a lot of fun here. I feel like I catch you smiling a lot as you head back on defense. And just wondering, how much fun is this right now? You know, so many guys coming back, new faces that are playing well right away. I mean, like, you guys got to be feeling on top of the world right now.
Definitely, I wouldn't say on top of the world. I think a lot of us understand that we got a lot of, a lot of things to do, a lot of, upcoming things that we need to, make sure we solve and handle. There's plenty of things that we get better, But yeah, man, I just been having fun on the court. It's my senior year, man. I'm just trying to embrace everything that come with it, man. And yeah, man, just to be out here with my guys, man, it's a blessing in itself, man. So I just be trying to take it all in at one time,
How much enjoyment do you guys get watching the last 4 or 5 minutes for those guys that don't get a ton of time playing? How good of players are those guys that they get to see?
Man, they give us a run for our money every practice. They're really good, man. And it just goes to show you, everybody on the bench, our excitement for them all. It just goes to show they put in as much work as we do every practice, and it shows as soon as they get in there, and that's what brought the excitement. That's what gets us happy, and that's what Zags do. So
If you had to pick a favorite bucket from one of the guys that got in here at the end of the game, do you have one?
definitely Q, definitely Q. Yeah, the way he got it in and then turned us up with "I'm here." Yeah, man, that was my favorite bucket. That was my favorite moment of the night. So.
Nolan, there were a lot of games last year where you were playing 30, 35 plus minutes a game. How much does it can help for long term this season to have so many guys that can come in and you only have to maybe play 25 on a given night, and it can kind of preserve you?
Like I said, it's a blessing, man. Having these guys around just to complement my, what I was going through yesterday. Not yesterday. I'm sorry, last year and everything. It's a blessing, man, and it takes a lot of wear and tear off my body. So I can't complain with that. So yeah, it's a blessing.
How long?
Is there something behind those, like you're explosive in the first half, but something kind of clicks in the second half, especially Arizona State, you kind of popped off in the second half, and it kind of felt that way again today. Is there anything that kind of happens in halftime today?
I always been like a second half player, cause it's like that's when it's crunch time. I like to fill in the big games. I like I like to put a team away, and ultimately I just love competing. So first half, I kind of like to fill the team out. See what's going on with the scouting report, and then second half I already know what's to come. So I'm loose. I'm ready. Kind of like some Javante Davis. Just fill him out. Boxing reference, you know what I'm saying? But I feel good in the second half for sure. GTD.
Nolan, what do you expect on Monday against San Diego State? And obviously a close game up here, and you kind of know how they're going to play, but it's kind of a new team. What do you expect from this SDSU team?
Well, one thing San Diego State does a real good job at is just being physical. So that's going into it. They're just going to be real physical with us. They're a good squad. They're a good team all around, but we got a lot of work to do in practice just to buckle down and make sure, we handle them the right way.
How much have you been looking forward to that game? Is that one that maybe you circled on the calendar when the schedule dropped?
I wouldn't say circle. All these games, like I said, it's my senior year, so I just am going into every game just with ultimate high hopes, energy high and all that, But, yeah, man, I definitely want to get back. They did come into our section and, stump on it a little bit, but, that goes with it, and we're going to do the same. We're going to hopefully do the same, Monday.
KB, you played in some tough places, and you probably heard a little bit about San Diego. So what's your toughest one you played in so far?
Toughest place to play?
Yeah, environment.
Like best environment, or toughest environment. Like opponents or like home games, like going to somebody else's track, like going to somebody else's arena.
Best.
That's a good question. I think Houston's up there. I want to say Florida is definitely up there. I'm old, man. I play in a lot of places, so it's kind of hard for me to think of, places, but definitely those top of the line. You know, and it just feels good just to go inside, you know, another arena, and get a win and compete. Ultimately, you know, they're gonna give us their best shot. We're gonna give them our best shot. So, you know, whoever's victorious, victorious. But the main thing is competing and just playing Zag basketball.
Nolan, have you spent any time looking at their backcourt? It's kind of a new group, especially with Waters and Bird about that with injuries. McKinney, you guys know pretty well from San Diego last year, and then a guy from Florida Atlantic. Have you spent any time watching them yet?
Not so much. I've just been trying to focus on the game that is, you know, that's you know, UMass. So I was really focused on UMass. But right after this game, yeah, I'm gonna start looking into them a little bit more, watch some film, start breaking them down a little bit. Yeah.
Kind of get the feeling you have like 7 or 8 starters. You can only start 5.
Yeah. I feel that all the time, you know. And even with Benny coming off the bench, it feels a little weird, but you know that's just how deep our team is. That's the depth and everything, you know. But yeah, man, I feel like we do have 8 starters. You know, don't pick up right where we left off when the 5 goes out. So.
Any more for the guys?
Hey man, shout out to Reddy. It's good flavor right here, y'all. Good flavor, y'all.